Hello, all get friends. God hemi full long love and hemi care long all get people, all get obey him and all get save him. You listen long true story time you look long all get pictures inside this fella yellow book. Look long all get picture time you hear him this fella sound. Picture 1. Ruth chapter 1 verse 1 go Kasim verse 5. One fell family eating for go out from hungry time. God and welcome all get people, but all get that 10 long against him. God himself him all get people belong Israel for save long him and lot to long him. But some fall time all get belong Israel against them God too. All get a lot long some fall idol and another fall gods, also some fall people make him. So God him send them come fight and hungry time long all get belong Israel for try long take him come back long him. One fall family think for go long land long Moab for find him kai. About 10 fall year now all get is stop long land long Moab. So father belong all get die long this fella place. Two fella son belong married long Moab. Then two fella son belong die too. Then mother belong this fella family wait him. Two fella girl in law belong stop belong this fella land. Picture 2. Naomi wait them Ruth go back long Israel. Ruth chapter 1 verse 6 go Kasim verse 22. Mother belong this fella family now all get call him Naomi. Two fella girl in law belong him now Ruth and Oba. Naomi think for go back long land long Israel. Ruth wait them Oba go back wait them this fella time. Then Naomi say long two fella. You two fella go back now, two fella girl belong me. Belong one him now, you two fella come with me. By me no bone more any boy, more make him you two fella married long him. God him cross long me. So Oba him kiss with him Naomi and him go back long family belong him. So Ruth say long Naomi, you no talent for me leaving you. Bless you go by me go. All get people belong you, all get people belong me. God belong you, God belong me. So Ruth go with him Naomi long land belong Israel. Picture 3. Ruth stop long inside long harvest field. Ruth chapter 2 verse 1 go Kasim verse 23. Ruth wait them Naomi to vala ibua tumas. So Ruth say long Naomi, by me go inside long this fella field, and by me pick him some fella kai left. So Ruth go inside long this fella field, where all get the workers walk long On up long this fella field now, name belong Boaz. Boaz ask all get the workman belong about this fella woman. But all get is say, this fella woman belong Moab, come with them Naomi. Boaz hear him now, Ruth good fella woman to mas long mother-in-law belong Him look him now, Ruth walk good to mas. So tell him, Ruth, you stop with them all get that you walk long this fella will, cause him time this fella con finish. Boaz tell him all get the workman belong also you fella no cross long but you fella must leave him some fella kai for he must take him go. So Ruth tell him Naomi about Boaz good fella man to mas. Naomi say, God by him bless him Him now close line belong me fella. Picture 4. Ruth wait them Boaz. Ruth chapter 3 verse 1 go Kasim verse 18. Time man die long Israel, close line belong now must martem des fella woman, husband belong die. One fella day Naomi say long Ruth, me must look out them one fella man for you, make you stop long home belong you yet. Now say Boaz hemi tied Tumas. This fall evening, hemi time blong take him out skin blong pale. You must swim and wear him good falakalek blong you. You go and look him, place him sleep. You go and you must sleep kolsa blong leg blong him. So Ruth him make him also Naomi hemi tell him. Time Boaz wake up and look him Ruth him sleep kolsa blong leg blong him. Hemi sabe now that Ruth hemi like for martem him. So him say long Ruth, by me make him all get something you ask him, because all get the man is saving now that you good fellow woman. Picture 5. Boaz wait them all get elders long Bethlehem. Ruth chapter 4 verse 1 go Kasim verse 22. Boaz emi call him 10 fellow elders long get long Bethlehem. Hemi ask him another line, hemi got him right for Martem Ruth first time, but all get agree finish that Boaz now by Martem Ruth. But all get he write them this fella agreement. One fella line belong Boaz and give him shoe belong him for him. Him now custom belong Israel. So Boaz him take him Ruth for wife belong him. Two fella got him one fella bikinini and two fella call him name belong him Obed. Then Ruth him say long Nami. Him praise him God that God him give him beginning boy for look out him and care for him. Girl in law belong you, 11 you Thomas. Good fla Thomas win him also him got him 7 fella beginning boy more. All get the friends Ruth find him big fella joy long 7 God and all get the people belong him. Obed him come up also him grandfather belong David, him now big fella king long Israel. Picture 6. Mary with them angel belong God. Luke chapter 1 verse 26 go Kasim verse 36. Plenty line now behind Ruth. God he sees him more one fellow woman for 7 him. Name belong him now Mary. Mary him he come long line belong Ruth too. Mary him he one fellow single girl. All get he mark him and finish for married him Joseph. But time by Tufla he married, angel belong God him he come long Mary and him say, long him, you know fright Mary, God by him he stop waiting you. By you carry one fella bikinini boy, by you call him name belong him Jesus. This fella bikinini him he bikinin belong God, him he stop and tap. So Mary him he tell him this fella angel, me servant belong God. By him true long we also him he been tell him. Then Holy Spirit belong God him he come long Mary, and Mary him he bapple and born him one fellow boy. So Mary him he mother belong Jesus, him he beginning belong God. Picture 7. Hannah him he pray long God. 1 Samuel chapter 1 verse 1 go Kasim verse 20. One fellow woman all get call him long Hannah long land long Israel. Husband belong him he love him too much. But this fellow woman he no happy because he no upon him one fellow bikinini for him. All get to hear, all get to go long house belong Shiloh. All get to take him offering and make him sacrifice long God. Hannah and me go inside long house belong God and him say, God, suppose you think long me and you give him one fella beginning boy long me, by me give him this fella beginning back long all get days long life belong him. Lips belong him move, time him he talk wait him God. Him no make him any noise, time him he talk. Eli him a big fella priest, he look him, he think also him he drunk. But God him hear him pray belong Hannah, and several time behind him he born him one fella boy and call him name belong him Samuel. Picture 8. beginning Samuel inside long house from God. 1 Samuel chapter 1 verse 24 go kasim verse 28, chapter 2 verse 12 go kasim verse 21, chapter 3 verse 1 go kasim verse 21. Time Samuel hemi small boy yet, Hannah hemi give him long God. Hemi take him and him leave him with him Eli long Shiloh. Eli hemi teach him Samuel about saving God. Eli hemi karem tu vala boy. All geta I priest, but all geta I wicked too much. One fala night Samuel hemi sleep long house from God. God hemi call him name long him. Samuel, and Samuel hemi run go long Eli, and him say long Eli, me long here, you call him name long me. But Eli hemi say, me no call him you go and lay down. But 3 for a time now hemi happen. But Eli hemi sabe now that God hemi call him Samuel. So Eli hemi tell him Samuel long answer long God and say, you speak Lord, make him servant long you hemi hear him. God hemi talk long Samuel planted times, and Samuel one fella big man long God. Picture 9. Samuel hemi pray long Israel. 1 Samuel chapter 7 verse 2 go kasim verse 14. God hemi pansim wicked pikinini blong Eli. All geta I kill him all geta time fight, but all geta long Israel I lose long all get Philistines. About 20 years now, Philistines I rule him all geta belong Israel. But Samuel him say long all geta people, suppose you lose him all get narafala God, and you give him you long God, and you save him, by God I take him you out long hand long Philistine. So all get Israeli oibem Samuel, all get come long one fella place, then Samuel give him sacrifice long God, and pray long Israel, all get Philistine come long fight with them Israel, but God him send him big fella win long all geta. So all get Philistine if fright too much, and all get belong Israel I got him time for kill him all geta. Picture 10. Samuel hemi pour him oil long head long Saul. 1 Samuel chapter 8 verse 1 go kasim verse 9, chapter 9 verse 15, chapter 10 verse 1. God now hemi big fella king belong Israel, and Samuel hemi lead him all get the people belong Israel for him. But all get people here, he like him anyone for king long all get, because some fella line all get he got him king. So Samuel hemi no happy time hemi hear him this fella talk. But God him say long him, hemi know you all get no like him you. Him me, you hear him all get people here, and you give him king long all get. Him one fella man name long him Saul. Him one fella tall fella man, hemi look good to us. One fella day Saul hemi walk about go long Samuel. Time Samuel hemi look him, hemi come, God hemi tell him Samuel. Him now this fella man by rule him all get the people belong me. So Samuel he take him one fella oil and him pour him long head belong Saul. Him now sign long this fella man, bye hemi king. About 40 years now, Saul he rule over long Israel. Picture 11. Saul hemi break him rope long Samuel. 1 Samuel chapter 15 verse 1 go kasim verse 29. All get the people belong Amalek, all get the wicked too much, and all get the kill him line belong Israel. So Samuel him say long Saul, you listen long talk belong God. You kill him all get the belong Amalek, and everything belong all get the. God he help him Saul and olket army belong him for kill him olket belong Amalek. But olket disobey him God. By olket save him olket animals belong Amalek. Olket sacrifice long God and olket no kill him king belong Amalek. But Samuel tell him Saul, because you know like him talk belong God and you know like him king. But Samuel ten long go and Saul pull him rope long Samuel and break him long hand belong him. So Samuel say, but God break him kingdom belong Israel from you and give him long one fella good man. Friends, Saul often sacrifice long God, but him no obey him. Samuel obey and save him God long all the days long life long him. For obey now bless him God more than offering bless him. Picture 12. Jesus stop long house long God. Luke chapter 2 verse 41 go Kasim verse 50. Plenty years now behind Samuel, Jesus beginning long Israel. Mary mother belong Jesus, but God now father belong him. Time Jesus 12 year, go long Jerusalem with Mary and Joseph. Lose long Jerusalem. Mary and Joseph look for him. Behind 3 day now, all get look him inside long house long God. Talk with him, all get the big fella teacher about God. Mary say long him, me fella worry too much, me to fella try for find him you. But Jesus say, you two fella no sabi that me stop long house long father belong me. Time Jesus small boy also Samuel, sabi that by leading back all get people long God. Jesus lead him all get people back long God. But God now true king and leader long everyone.
Some fella big fella man where okay they stop all same workman belong God. Okay the story tell him you me how power belong God make him okay they strong. This fella picture number 13. David a man where him no right. 1 Samuel chapter 16 verses 1 go verse 13 and chapter 17 verse 34 go long 35. Saul first king belong Israel, but disobey God. God leave him a soul and no help him more. One fella young boy named belong him David. Look out him a sheep belong a father belong him. Trust him living a God. No fright along okata something where himself spoil him. One fella time, one fella lion, take him, one fella sheep belong him. David kill him this fella lion and save him this fella sheep. Make him good fella music and sing praise along God. David become also one fella man God like him. So God choose him David also king behind him Saul. Picture number 14. David and Goliath. 1 Samuel chapter 17 verses 1 go 54. One fella war come between the Philistine and Israel. The Philistine he carry one fella giant named belong him Goliath. Him call out long Israel and say, choose him one fella man where himself killing me. Suppose killing me, by me fella slaves belong you fella. but suppose me kill him, you fella by slaves blong me fella. Okata man long Israel if fright long Goliath. No more man shall fight him. Then David him say, who now this fella Philistine where him no serve God here? Him no can talk also long army blong God. David him no fright long him. God himself help him for kill him this fella giant here. And David him take him this fella sling with him stone here, and him put him right long head blong this fella giant. Goliath him fall down long ground, and David him run go long him. David him take him sword blong Goliath here, and him cut him off neck blong him. So army blong Israel oketa win him oketa Philistine. Picture number 15. Saul him try for kill him David. 1 Samuel chapter 18 verses 6 ko Kasim chapter 23 verses 29. Saul him happy first time long David because him save him Israel. Okay, the people long Israel he love him David. David him become one for a great soldier and leader. Then Saul him challenge long David. Him want them for kill him David. One for a day David him ring him kita blow him for Saul long house blow him. One for a no good spirit him come along Saul. Him take him spear blow him and him shoot him David. But him miss him and him go bang along wall. Then behind Saul him try for kill him David plenty time. Son blong Saul Jonathan and son for oket Israel he help him David. But him ran away go inside bush from Saul. Picture number 16. David him no kill him Saul. 1 Samuel chapter 26 verses 1 Kokasim 25. Saul and army blow him oketa go for hold him David inside bush. Long night time Saul and oketa man blow him sleep. David and friend blow him upside. He creep go along camp long Saul. Upside him want kill him this fella king where him sleep, but David him stop him. David him say, God by punish him, you suppose you kill him, king blow him. David him take him this fella spear and water jug where him stop calls up long head long Saul. Time oketa go out from camp here, David him shout long oketa man here for wake up. Him say, you fella no look out him good big man blong you fella? Look, him here spear blong king. David him say long Saul. So also you no killing me today? You too, Baba you no killing me. So behind Saul him no try more for kill him David. Picture number 17. David oketa make him king. 1 Samuel chapter 31 verses 1 Kokasim 7. 2 Samuel chapter 5 verses 1 Kokasim verses 25. Chapter 8 verses 1 Kokasim verse 15. Oketa Philistines he come more for fight him oketa Israel. King Saul and son blow him Jonathan oketa kill him to follow along battle. Then oketa people make him David also him king long oketa Israel. Him build him house blow him long city long Jerusalem. God him say long David, me take him you from lookout him ship, and me make him you also him king of oketa people blow me long Israel. And Baba me make him you also him oketa big man long this vola ground. So God him make him David also him big man, and him give him power for win him oketa enemy belong Israel. Picture number 18. David and Bathsheba. 2 Samuel chapter 11 verses 1, Kokasim chapter 12 verse 20. One fella day, David him walk about long roof long house below him. Hemi looking one fella woman where him look good too much where hemi wash. David hemi want him for himself. Name long woman hemi Bathsheba. Hemi wife belong Uriah, who hemi soldier belong David along army blame. Uriah hemi go out for fight him enemy belong Israel. So David hemi send him go message along captain belong army belong him. Hemi tell him captain here for make sure that Uriah him must kill long war. And David hemi take him Bathsheba for wife belong him. But this fella something where David hemi do him here, hemi no please him God. First son belong David and Bathsheba hemi die. David hemi ask him God for forgive him long something where him no good hemi do him. Picture number 19. House long God. 1 Chronicles chapter 22 verses 1 Kokasim 19. David hemi sin against him God. Hemi love him God, but hemi want to serve him. Him want him build him house for God and hemi pray along him. But God hemi say, you baby you know build him house for me because you kill him plenty people. You baby you carry him son and name below him baby Solomon. Him ya now man baby hemi build him house for me. Baby me make him a kingdom belong him baby hemi stop all time. David him prepare him plan something for house belong God before him die, but Solomon now hemi build him. This for house belong God here, hemi look good too much. Hemi take him 7 years for build him. Okay, the people long Israel pray long God long this for house long Jerusalem for many years. Oketa no forget him that David hemi big king belong Oketa. Picture number 20. Jesus hemi come inside along Jerusalem. Matthew chapter 21 verses 1 Kokasim verse 11. After 1,000 years behind David, Jesus hemi born long family belong David. Him mother belong him this fella young Mary. Father belong Jesus hemi Almighty God. Jesus hemi big fella servant belong God. Hemi teach him okay the people long true way belong God. Hemi work him kind miracle long power belong God. Saul and David and you me everyone sin against him God, but Jesus hemi no sin. One fella day Jesus hemi ride inside Jerusalem long one fella donkey. Okay the people cry out long him, big fella, son belong David. Big fella, and lift him up name long this fella man who hemi come long name belong God. Okay the people look him that Jesus hemi big win him David. Hemi king win him untap every king long this fella ground. Picture number 21. Okay the birds where okay they give him KK long Elijah. 1 Kings chapter 17 verses 1 Kokasim verse 6. Behind David and Solomon and okay other kings where okay the ruling Israel. One fella man named him Ahab. Hemi carry one fella wife where him no good too much named him Jezebel. Hemi kill him plenty people where okay they behind him God. And hemi force him okay the people for prayer long idol long Baal. Elijah hemi big prophet belong God. Hemi go long Ahab him say, long name belong living God long Israel, bye no rain come long 3 year. So God hem is Salem big hungry long land long Israel. Hem also God hem look out him servant Blahem Elijah. Hem Salem go servant Blahem Elijah go long one for a place called Sheriff, for him he go drink long one for water. And every day o get a bird he take him come kai for Elijah. Picture number 22. Elijah and fire belong God. 1 Kings chapter 18 verses 16 go kasim verse 46. Long 3 year long Hungary, Elijah hemi call him Ahab and oketa people go long Mount Carmel. Hemi say long oketa, if God hemi God, you follow him. But if Baal hemi God, then you follow him. Oketa people I kill him bulmakau for sacrifice for Baal. Then Elijah him tell him oketa priest belong Baalia, you call long God, then me Bible call long the Lord God. Long one follow hemi Salem fire, hem na hemi God. Long this follow day oketa priest long Baal he call out long God belong oketa. Oket dance around him sacrifice ya and oketa kadem oketa with him knife. But hemi no fire. Long evening, Elijah hemi prepare him sacrifice blow him. Hemi fill him up water with him sacrifice ya. Then hemi pray long God. Same time fire hemi come down from heaven. Hemi burn him up sacrifice and water too. And oketa people he cry out, hem no more the Lord hemi God. Picture number 23. Elijah hemi go up long heaven. 1 Kings chapter 19 verses 1 down to verse 21. And chapter 2 of 2 Kings verses 1 kokasem verse 14. Elijah hemi kill him oketa priest plong Baalia because oketa no good Tumas. And Jezebel hemi try for kill him Elijah. So Elijah hemi fright and hemi ran away go long desert. Then God hemi meet him Elijah. Then Elijah hemi no fright more na yeah. Hemi continue for teach him oketa people for prayer long God no more. Elijah hemi choose him Elijah for help him. One day time to follow walk about together, chariot blong fire hemi come between him to follow. God hemi lift him up Elijah along heaven, long wind, and Elisha him no look him more. Picture number 24. Elijah with him Jesus and Moses. Luke chapter 9 verses 28 kokasem verse 36. Long time long Jesus, Elijah hemi come back long this fella ground. One fella time hemi appear along this fella mountain with him Jesus. Moses, who hemi great prophet, where hemi start first time along Elijah hemi appear too. Three fella disciple look him okete three fella shine with him glory belong God. Then that time God himself hemi speak from heaven. God hemi say, hem na ya son belong me, you fella listen long him. Okata friend, God and okata big fella man long Israel point them you me go long Jesus. Jesus hemi come for serve you me. Hemi die also him sacrifice for sin belong you me. And Jesus hemi rise up from die for giving me you me life long spirit. So you me must listen long him and find him everlasting life long spirit long him.